Hello. Good morning, everybody. Sorry the cameras are frozen. They're unfrozen now. Good morning, everybody. Cool glasses, Dan. Cool glasses. I don't have any glasses on.
That's a good sign, right?
Cool glasses, Dan. I'm like, got none. Got none on. What's up, everybody?
When's the last time you had a black eye?
Maybe 10 years ago. Headphones popped me in the eye at the.
Okay.
It was longer than that because I was still at the radio station. Yep.
Somebody was just telling me about an adult friend of theirs that frequently shows up to stuff with black eyes. I guess from martial arts practicing.
Yeah.
But cover your fucking face. God.
It's the most embarrassing injury.
Well, because it's because a lot.
There used to be a little cachet to it. Like, oh, you got a black eye, huh? Like, what happened?
Yeah,
See
yeah,
the
like-
other guy.
Right,
You
yeah,
won't see the
exactly.
other guy. Hey.
Yeah. If you're a dude, it means that you live a rough lifestyle in some way. You know, like something nefarious.
If
has
you're a
happened.
woman, it means you run a rough lifestyle.
No, or domestic violence.
It's a rough lifestyle.
Yeah. Like this.
But it doesn't necessarily mean, because some girls just like a gun in the mouth because they just like it's exciting. Some girls just like a slap happy.
Well, 90% of women's black eyes are probably non-domestic violence issues, but it's the first thing we always think. You see what I'm, it's like every time a woman shows up with a black eye, you're like, uh-oh.
That's why. Have you watched the show Peacemaker, Tom?
I have started watching it, but not finished it.
Okay, there's a season where a lady she gets into a fight and gets a number of black eyes and goes to get makeup.
Yeah.
And the lady approaches her and is like, hey, like kind of gives her like a domestic violence, like, if you need help. And then she goes, no, it's okay. That's not what's happening. And the lady's like, okay, I understand. But I was there when, and like presses it a little bit. And then there's this really weird scene where where one of the female characters yells at another lady, like, leave me alone, stop, like, this whole weird, and James Gunn writes it, so it's like a dude. It's some weird dude thing he's trying to work his way through, where some lady gives another lady a hard time for pressing the domestic violence thing too much in the drugstore.
How often do you think lesbian relationships double black eye?
Oh.
I bet a lot.
Interesting.
I bet a lot.
To punch your partner in the face.
Yeah, but I see lesbians doing it over gay guys.
Yeah.
I think lesbians. I've been hit by lesbians before. At Copper Rocket, remember? I got the pool cue over the head.
You ever punched your wife in the face?
Me? No.
I've wanted to.
We took a karate class together, so I've done it.
Should we talk about all of
yeah.
this? Should today's topic be punching your signigniment other in the face?
I've punched a woman in the face in
have.
a MMA fight.
Yeah. Should we talk
while
about
she
that?
was beating me up. So I mean,
She broke her nose, or at least bloodied it.
Yeah, well, just beating me. So I was defending myself at some point, but I was, it didn't even phase her. She took it. Nobody. Like it was like a baby punched her. Anyway,
A baby.
All right. Do you want to start? Is this this is our big boy
ACT 1 and 2.
ACT 1 and 2. All
Yeah.
right. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out because live streams are very popular. We're going to talk about live streams a little bit later. But yeah, you can find us on Twitch and YouTube. Just search for @TomandDanLive, and on all social media. If you want to connect with us, ask us a question, or just participate @TomandDanLive.
Our two giant events are this weekend. Bad Business Beer Fest is Saturday, and Sofa and Suds Couch Races are Sunday. Both events. The pouring starts at 2 on Saturday, but get there at 1 for the gift bags and the pre-party and to get your sample cup or wristband. And then once 2 p.m. starts, that's when the band starts, and that's when the pouring and the free samples start.
That's
and
when
then
you can start imbibing some of those delicious free beers.
And the couch races start at 2 p.m., so get there before to get a good spot to watch.
Yeah.
It will be packed. There will be thousands of people at both events, so get there early and have some fun. From the Orlando Talk Show, comedian Ross McCoy is here. How you doing, Ross?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Very good to see you.
I like how you do circular breathing to keep your plug going, but
Keep my plug going, keep it going.
you convert a little bit of it to burp.
What's your conversion rate? What's your conversion
Trying
rate?
my hardest.
What is the conversion rate you feel like?
20%.
I think he's get 20% burp.
Yeah.
You've stopped dad burping a lot. You don't dad burp as much.
Yeah.
You used to dad burp a lot.
Yeah, I think that had to do with my diet. Maybe
Yeah.
more.
You don't really do it like.
Yeah.
Imagine if like Alicia Keys mid-song just like ripped out a 20% burp, you know?
New York.
Although I'm still drinking over the weekends, which I've told myself like I could keep it together. I could train hard and drink. I see some influencers on TikTok.
Train hard, party hard.
Talk
Right?
about
Yeah.
they're like, I'm a marathon runner that still enjoys some alcohol, and then everybody attacks them from the running world.
And
They
he's
can't
like,
do it.
I run hard and I drink hard.
And I'm like, this guy's got it now. Meaning, like, he's 22 years old, so he's like,
I mean, you can do anything. Yeah. At 22, you can do anything.
So
I think the scientific consensus now is to base your health and life off of TikTok influencers. That's what to do.
so I'm still trying to convince myself that I could do both, but it's a rough life.
Well, you're not doing a
and
lot.
I'm slacking on one of them. You know which one. Anyway, let's talk. Ross, did you see the Vans Warped Tour was this weekend?
I did.
Yeah.
Hot on the heels of EDC, right? We had like 2 big back-to-back events here in town.
So Daniel figured out the reason why they are back-to-back is because they share staging, and that's a way the Vans Warped Tour has figured out a way to cut cost.
I think he was able to. What's his name? Kevin Lyman.
We interviewed him one time.
Kevin. I'm just gonna call him Kevin.
The founder of Vans Warped Tour.
Yeah, Vans Warped Tour, Kevin.
So like EDC takes every other week off and like travels or whatever. Then Van Warps uses their stages, and then they move the stage to the next.
No,
event?
it's 2 weeks or a week prior. They'll come in, set it up, and then EDC uses it because they have multiple stages. So they'll just set it up, and then they flip the footprint for Vans, and then that way he can cut 50% of his cost right off the top, because he wasn't going to do this anymore. In fact, we interviewed him a couple of years ago
at the last.
I'm breathing as well, and dad burping my brains out,
dude. A couple years ago. It was pre-COVID.
Okay, 5 years ago.
Yeah. It may be more than that. And then, but that's when
my wife the other day, we haven't seen. They were talking about this one kid we haven't seen. Their family moved away. We haven't seen him in a number of years. She's like, "How old is he now? Like 8, 10?" I was like, he just got into college, babe.
COVID stole a lot of time from me.
That's what happens. Also, when you're get old, the years fly by.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even know what happened in 2024.
I know. Where's that go? I don't even think I did anything in 2024.
2024, that's a dead year. Nothing happened then.
I didn't do anything.
So when we interviewed the guy, he was telling us how Vans Warped Tour was coming to an end, and that was the end of it or whatever. And now it's back, and it seems bigger than ever because I was looking at videos over the weekend, and it was slammed. And then the feed this year.
Here's some of the feed. I'll put this up for you guys to see.
So my buddy Dre was playing this feed when they were playing in California, and the Vans Warped Tour live feed for these shows are great. You could see every band perform.
Look at that. That's 4K. They got scaffolding shots, drone shots.
Ooh.
Yeah. The production is awesome.
Yeah, I might have to edit.
Why would you go?
Well, that's what Daniel said.
That's what I said. So I didn't know they were going to put this much money, and you can see this feed. I've got a little bit of it up right now, so you can kind of see the quality of it. But I don't think I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of YouTube, and I don't think I've ever seen one that good. And it was free, and they had 2 of them. They had it for both stages. There were no commercials. None running.
Commercial free.
I would just click it, and I had prepared myself to click it, walk to the fridge, get a drink, come back, and then by that time, 30 seconds of the 2-minute thing. No,
right.
It went right to whatever the band was playing. I forget the name of the band. It was some punk rock band I didn't know, but they sounded great. I was like, I'm leaving this on all day.
Wow.
So I just left it up and bounced between feed 1 and feed 2. It was so good, man.
So I have a theory about this because when we interviewed Kevin, he basically said he was ending Vans Warped Tour because he was basically tired of the grind because it was so difficult to do, whatever. And now that it came back, it looks super popular. People wanted it back.
Yeah.
Like I heard a lot of people talking about it. Like, you know, people have been watching the feed. The feed has been great for marketing the tour coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have been watching this feed since they started in California. So that's like worldwide. I think it gets millions of views, right?
Oh, it already has. I mean, there were hundreds of bands too. They just like in Orlando alone, we had 133 bands.
What?
So most of the bands that I saw, like I had no idea who they were. Like I would just turn it on and just start watching it. But the audio quality, the video quality, it never interrupted itself once, right? Like it never did a spinning thing. They never had a bad shot. They must have thrown millions of dollars at it.
How did they get that many vans in and out of the fairgrounds with a thing going on? That seems impossible.
Yeah, no, I like
Just the vans for the bands alone, 133 bands.
That's
Yeah, you're right.
Each one of them wearing Vans. 133 bands wearing Vans.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was about the shoes. It's the Vans Warped Tour because they're bringing 133 vans to every city.
No, but it was. I've never seen anything like it. And then I asked you, like, well, how do you make money on live stream? So this company that Kevin partnered with is called Insomniac. And I think I'm getting that right. They're the people that do a lot. They do Glow in Washington, D.C. That's 2 weeks before Vans Warped Tour. You know, EDC, I think, is one of these events. A week or 2 weeks before Orlando Vans Warped Tour.
Okay.
It's really clever.
But also, production costs for these type of things have gone down a lot. And if you get like a punk rock production company that wants to like cut this guy a deal and do like, I think you could do this for a lot cheaper than like giant corporations. Like they'll pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to bring in a production company.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it looked it.
I think you could do this for on the cheap with with a bunch of different, like, I know there's better than GoPros, but like that's, you know what I'm saying? The cameras are cheaper. You could use,
Well, they've been doing it for so long now
stagnant cameras
that their
around.
festival
Yeah.
setup, like, I mean, what do you need? People to run the cameras? Is that all you need? Because the camera's already there.
But
That's
you could
part of
fix
the,
them all and then just have a control booth going back and forth if you want, right?
They did have many of those, but I'll tell you, they also had a couple guys working.
Yeah.
But you're right. They did have, for the most part, they've done this. They know exactly what they're doing. So a lot of the stagnant camera angles were incredible. And I'll say more than anything, as a sound guy, like the sound was good. That's what made me keep it on, because I was like, oh, this is like being at the concert.
Yeah. But they are underutilizing the marketing money that they could make on something like this. And it's because I think of the punk rock culture has always been like, if you market too much or if you try to make money, you're a sellout. And I think some of this is still attached to the Vans Warped Tour.
It could be, yeah.
Which shouldn't be, because I feel like the audience at this point, everybody, okay, I went to the Vans Warped Tour when I was in middle school, right? I think a lot of us did.
Yeah, I think we all did.
You know, in the 90s, the late 90s, that's when the Vans Warped Tour was the biggest. And the nostalgia aspect of this is bringing back a lot of middle-aged people that went, and speaking of the stream, that's why a lot of middle-aged people, they're not going there live. They're just watching the stream like, a lot of us. And, but I think we'd all wouldn't fault Vans Warped Tour for adding some commercials in here to help
I expected
continue this to go.
No,
we're not going to be like, sell out.
No.
Like we're all middle aged at this point. We're like, Kevin wants to make some money. For Warped Tour wants to make some money. Put some commercials.
I had gladly set aside a solid 2 minutes to sit there and watch a couple commercials on like some new Pixel phone or something, right? You go through those, and then it goes into the stream, and then every maybe 15, 20 minutes, it'll interrupt with a minute-long commercial. No big deal, but dude, I'm telling you, they ran no commercials on this.
And there's plenty of punk rock companies that are huge now, including Vans and like other brands adjacent to that you could run commercial advertising on this and make some money on the stream. But to do nothing is crazy to me, because you're like leaving all that on the table. And going back to why this guy stopped in the first place, it seems to me like, you make the grind or make it more beneficial for you. Because he probably would have kept it going if he was making millions on it.
Well,
like he should have.
He did. Look, one of the things he did that's super smart is I think he pulled back to 6 shows. So I'm going to pick my 6 best Vans Warped Tour cities, and we're going to do those 6. I think that's what he did. It may even be less, but
That's like 1,000 bands that don't get to play now.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Or more and more. Maybe it could be 10,000 fans. You know.
By the way, scale down the bands.
133 bands. I can't get over it. If he's charging them each like $100 to park, he's making money. I think that's the thing.
DC is a bigger punk rock area than us. Sorry,
Sure.
just more heralded. I think they had
Well, New York's right
170 bands.
Jiminy
I think
Christmas.
DC had more bands than we did. But anyway,
Wow.
my point is that so he scaled that back, right? He said we're only going to do these shows. So the chat room's telling me that the reason there were so many people there is, I mean, obviously he did supply and demand. He limited where the shows are going to be. So if you were in the Southeast, you had a choice of DC or Orlando, right? And you could go in July.
It's cool that he picked Orlando.
I mean, I think like even when we talked to him, he said like some of the
Florida,
some of the most iconic shows, you know, like Vans, like there was that TV show Roadies was all. I mean, like a lot of that happened here in Orlando.
Also, if you're going for that scarcity thing and you're planning to draw the whole Southeast in, we've got the hotels for it.
Yeah.
True.
People make it a trip,
True.
a destination,
And
now
the camera guys. Let's be honest. I mean, if there's anybody going to do a stream, us or Vegas, right?
Well, think about it. Like
Sure.
now, the fans of Vans Warped Tour are all middle aged and have kids. You go to to turn this into go to the parks with your family and stuff. The dad and mom go to whatever.
Oh, yeah. There's lots to do here. Beaches, even if you
bring
don't
your
want to do
kids.
the parks, just go to the beaches.
Also, Vans Warped Tour is probably kid friendly at
It
this
is.
point.
I mean, you'll hear a couple F-bombs from, Lagwagon or somebody up there, you know, but that's fine.
I don't
Yeah,
think
there's plenty out on West Colonial for kids to do. East Colonial.
Yeah, but I
West
just it's not what the Warped Tour used to mean back in the '90s, like punk rock, that kind of like hardcore punk rock. Like when I went to Vans Warped Tour, when I was a kid, I would have definitely not said it was kid friendly or
I would agree with that.
And people didn't, not that I remember, but
Didn't bring kids.
it wasn't about
it's
that.
become it's aged into what it is now.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty decent. I like what it is now.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think young kids that if you want that true punk experience, I think you can go as a single, boy or girl or whatever, and go and watch that one band you really wanted to see and get that punk rock experience. But the dad that loves Descendants can still go and bring his kid on his shoulders to let him see, and share a moment, without having to worry about somebody barfing on him or something.
So what's the lineup?
I was
Oh
gonna
my
say,
God.
leave 130 bands out. Just give us the big three.
I mean, there's so many. We got, let's see here, 408, All Time Low, Angel Dust, Asking Alexandria, Atmosphere, August Burns Red, Avril Lavigne, Beauty School Dropout, Big Ass Truck, Bless the Fall, Bowling for Soup, Boys Like Girls, Carpool, Cartel. It just goes, it's an endless.
We're almost to the D's.
Yeah, I mean, it's just endless. Ice Nine Kills, Jacob's Castle. I mean,
What are the biggest?
I think
guess
the biggest
the headliner.
we got would have been 303.
Huh?
Oh, an all-time low. Probably an all-time low. And
Heard of
Fishbone.
one of those.
Fishbone.
I saw Fishbone at Warped Tour in the
What?
90s.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Fishbone have been playing Warped Tour. Like, they are probably one of the most decorated.
That's
Do they do anything else? I wonder. They might just play Warped Tours.
Yeah, the biggest ones were Asking Alexandria
okay.
and Angel Dust. Angel Dust is a big band. We played them on the Friday Free Show. That's more like punk ska.
There's
So-
some bands that can't, something like a Lagwagon. I don't think the singer can sing that much.
Now
right?
here, I'll throw somebody out there that's mega big, but he doesn't carry the same amount of weight in this lineup, and MGK played it.
Okay.
And if you're arguing big pop star,
Right.
I mean MGK out of all those bands is probably the most recognizable. I don't like him. He's fine. He's a whatever. It's not my thing. I shouldn't say I don't
even
like
know
him.
what
I
type
don't
of-
know him. But
Is he classified as punk rock?
it'd be like pop punk. It'd be like what
Okay.
Avril Lavigne was trying to do back in the day, where it's
Yeah.
not really punk, and your friends are certainly not going to say it's punk, but to some kids, it's a little more aggressive pop music, so that's fine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many on here. I can't even list all of them, but I'd say he's probably one of the bigger ones on there. Escape the Fate is big.
I just saw a lot of people going to. Now, do they still? How do they handle? Because I remember when I was at Warped Tour and a young Tom Van.
You rode your
What'd you wear?
Brontosaurus.
What'd you wear?
I'm Jinkos.
Did you wear a band shirt? You wear a band shirt?
No, like a Marlboro
yeah.
Miles shirt of some sort,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
I had a Less Than Jake shirt, a NoFX, Primus.
I'd laugh
That's
if
a
you
lot
wore
of
the
shirts to
Primus
wear
shirt.
at once, but
So and I made jokes about this before, but there would be like teen girls that would body surf, right?
Oh yeah, they still do it.
And then while they were body surfing, like a bunch of
Teen
teen boys and
animals?
grown men,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and some old punk
yeah.
rock men, like they were old at the time,
Some
like
just an old pervert. I
yeah,
think,
old perverts
who's
would
brave enough just to stand there.
would just be grabbing them as they body surf around, and they play,
Yeah.
and everybody would do it, and they'd go over my head, and then people would be like, "Oh!" They're grabbing. It'd be a sea of perverts grabbing
Yeah.
teen girls.
Well, some of the
and
hands
then I'm
are
like,
not
"Oh, wow."
perverted. Some of the hands are not perverted.
Yeah,
but
some
the-
people just want to.
to propel the girl away from the perverts, but
Yeah.
some of the perverts' hands get in there. But either way, it does propel them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'll get a shoe or get a bra strap,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like, you gotta slap them. Get out of here.
It's the closest I've ever seen to the visualization of Easy for Me.
It's a culture
Uh,
visualization.
You know when you go to hell and a million hands are coming
Oh,
out of the lava?
yeah. Hitler comes out of the lava.
Yeah.
It's
It's the
like
hell
Hitler
hands.
and Stalin and
Yeah. It's the closest to that I've ever
Mussolini.
seen. Where there's a bunch of people like
Okay,
like
yeah.
the paintings,
And they're
you see,
grabbing for you.
and they're just grabbing you out of the lava. That's
No,
what,
they're trying to pull you into the lava
yeah.
and burn you too.
But this is just like you're floating
your
on
hands
top
off
of the
me,
hell
Hitler.
hands. Anyway, so does that still happen?
I mean, I'm sure it does, but I think
Not as much though.
No, people were saying the crowd surfing this year was crazy, but I think it's faster crowd surfing. They've gotten wise.
and
They do faster crowd surfing so you can't grab.
And some of the punk rock dads now, if they see grabbers,
Oh, they'll stomp you out.
They're gonna stop that, right?
Yeah. Well, they
because
have
back
now
in the
they have
90s,
YouTube channels called
yeah.
Stomp Out. So
Yeah.
they're like, this guy was grabbing a teen girl. Now I'm gonna stomp him out on my TikTok. Like and subscribe.
we went to see Baby Metal, and there was that circle mosh pit. There was informal justice in that pit. Like
Yeah.
if somebody got too
Yeah.
aggressive,
Yeah.
like dudes would circle them out, and like it was
and move them away.
yeah, it was weird.
You know, what? In the 90s, no social justice.
No.
There's
no.
no justice.
That was the whole point of the
You
mosh
just put your
pit.
hands up and grab. You just get hands up and grab.
And people are cheering you on.
Yeah, I was like, how do I do this? They're like, just put your hands straight up in the air, no matter what. Just don't stop grabbing.
Also, at the Warped Tour, a lot of teens flashing the band. That was
my
happening.
generation, yeah.
Like
In my
and,
generation,
I mean,
too,
and
yeah.
they were obvious teens. Like I was a teen. I was 13 years old, and I remember like these girls are
Yeah.
still in high school, and
I was
they
like,
are
why
flashing.
is that boy flashing the pan?
Yeah. No cameras though. That was like
Yeah, well, they hadn't invented it.
Well, the band had cameras.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like regular, like I guess
Yeah, the Instamatics.
Yeah. The disposable cameras. I remember those were people would get those for.
But
like,
you didn't
concerts
think
and
it
stuff.
wasn't. But you didn't think like, oh, let me get my disposable camera and take a picture.
No, you
of
had to
that.
wind it
Yeah,
and stuff.
you didn't think about that.
Yeah, and like no one was holding it up, waiting. Like,
Yeah.
you were holding.
Now
it.
people like will just hold their phone
Yeah,
up like
they'll
on videoing. Yeah.
they'll watch the concert through
I
their
hate
own
that.
phone.
I hate that. I see people watching it. They're like, and I'll see them like doing a really artistic zoom
Yeah.
on like they're like, oh, I'm like, what
Yeah.
the f are you doing?
I like watching everything through your phone, real life. You're just you're zooming. I guess it is like
Can't
binoculars,
look, man.
digital binoculars.
If you're looking through your phone, you can't grab.
Here's one that really bothered me. I didn't even care. It was a show my wife wanted to go to. We went, and this lady was in front of us filming the whole show. Like the beginning, the guy coming out, like getting his guitar. She's filming, doing the little like scroll in, scroll out, Dan. And then, I don't know, like 20 minutes into the show, middle of a song, the guy's playing a song. She just stops the video and goes to pee. I'm like, why the whole...
So, let me tell you about St. Augustine over the weekend. So,
Where I went to school. You better tread lightly. Where I went to school, man. Flagler College.
You see a ghost?
So we saw.
What's old St. Augustine like these days?
We saw that they were doing their lighting ceremony. Like every time some town, they do a Christmas tree lighting or something, you know what I'm saying? So everybody gathers around and then they turn on the lights. And then
What is St. Augustine like? Like a giant pirate skeleton?
That'd be pretty cool, right?
They have a
treasure chest of some sort.
He's got a sword.
Yeah.
They got a huge Christmas tree in the square.
But it has one of those metal helmets that the Spaniards wore on the top of it. A conquistador helmet.
And obviously the whole city is basically lit up. Like, I guess during the holiday season, like you go to St. Augustine, it draws a bunch of tourism just for the lights alone.
Yeah.
There's like over a million lights that light up the city. And so this past weekend was the lighting ceremony on Saturday. And then me and Crystal were like, all right, we're gonna have a rough, next 3 weeks or so is gonna be crazy slam with these two big events coming up. Then we're going camping for Thanksgiving weekend. Crystal's family's coming the day before Thanksgiving, so we're cooking Thanksgiving dinner with them before.
And you're on Family Double Dare with right? Aren't you guys doing Family Double Dare this year?
And so we're like, how about a relaxing trip up to St. Augustine? We'll take the boat up there, even though I'm just loading all the time. I'm like, my whole life is
I laugh
loading.
that it's like you're like a relaxing
Everything's
trip.
loading.
Why don't you sit on your couch? That's relaxing.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah,
in your house.
Let me load up a vehicle and drive it hundreds of miles down the.
Let me have a beer on the couch watching TV. That sounds relaxing.
Yeah.
By the way, the hour and a half drive to Daytona pulling a boat is the most stressful drive. Like just because, especially at night too, coming
white
back.
knuckle night.
My lights aren't working.
Oh my God! Slam on your brakes.
I'm going 65.
Some old Mima eat your prop.
The semi trucks are. I'm like everything I love is in my truck. I'm just driving. I'm like, oh my God.
Is it blowing you around?
I'm hungover still. That's what they call it. Anyway, we go up for the lighting ceremony, which the lighting ceremonies.
You need your boat for that?
No.
It seems like lights are mainly ground-based to me. Like, there's not a lot of lights at sea.
We like taking.
They like to one-up everybody because if you walk or you drive there, you're a lame-o. But if you drive up on a boat, you're better than everybody.
Oh, okay. Like he's like a Squidbilly. He's got his boat truck boat.
The boat ride is the only fun part for me.
Correct.
You said like going to St. Augustine, the crowd, the lighting ceremony. I'm about to bitch at about how stupid it is, and then all the stuff at the destination I don't care about. It's only the drive up and the drive back. Anyway, so that's why we take the boat. We put it in Daytona, then go. We've done it dozens of times now.
You think he'd
Sounds super exciting.
Yeah, I think he'd be tired
it's a nice
of
ride
by now, but
We've done it dozens of times.
it means so much to me.
So we go up there. The boat ride's nice. The beautiful weather. At least.
The weather was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So we get there. So the light. Let's talk about a lighting ceremony. So
it depends on what we're doing. Are we doing Rockefeller Center here? Are we doing what are we doing?
Any of them were all that really happens.
No, not any of them. When you got Ariana Grande kicking off, singing the Christmas hits before they plug it in.
The spruce tree's 300 feet tall. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's the most anticlimactic ceremony of ceremonies. Because follow me with this. So the
National Honor Society is pretty bad. I'll put it. That's pretty bad.
Because it fools everybody, and it fooled me. I go.
Well, how do you feel? Let's walk through this. How did you feel? How did the fool feel fooled? How did you feel fooled?
What were you looking for going into this
goddamn
lighting ceremony?
I pulled the wool over my eyes.
I don't know what we're all looking for. We're all there. You see what I'm saying?
So you have no idea why anybody was there, and you feel fooled.
And I think we all felt fooled.
Can I guess what happened?
Can
I just guess?
Yeah, we know.
Some lights.
Yeah.
At first they were off.
So I have a plan to fix this, right?
You have a plan to fix what? This
No,
particular lighting ceremony?
No,
or
all lighting ceremonies.
all right.
Okay. So here,
Lights just come on.
Yeah, so-
They're on all the time.
no. So here's the problem with it, right? Because I've been to enough of these and I figured it out.
Yeah, and you're sick of feeling like a fool.
And
So
we're all fools.
how many lighting ceremonies did it take you to figure out what was happening?
This is
just
like the
figured it out.
30th or 40th lighting ceremony.
just figured it.
He's been working on. What if this was his life
By the way,
work?
Daniel, play the video for a second. Play it for Ross.
Hold on,
You
okay,
won't
here.
believe how many people are here for this. Like it'll blow your. I mean, more than the Warped Tour.
I heard people rub boats even.
Look at that.
Oh, look at this, Ross. It's a sea. It's like a European power metal festival. I mean, it is endless sea.
It is but the nut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's no getting out of that. Like, that is not what I don't like that. That's
Also,
not what I like.
the kids can't see anything. They're down.
Yeah.
But they're just looking up at a bunch
Well,
of
yes, me
butts.
too, me too, yeah.
And people are farting in
Yeah,
their faces.
farts and weenies.
Yeah. By the way, like I'm never that paranoid, but like there were so many people that the cell phones didn't work. So like the kids have these watches because we took friends of ours kids.
Yeah.
So we had 4 kids with us, just me and Crystal.
That's
And-
relaxing.
And so I'm extra stressed when I'm in charge of other people's kids.
I know what we need. We need to take other people's kids to a crazy packed event to relax and blow some steam off.
Just because it's going to be an awkward conversation when I tell you that something happened to your kid, like I don't want that. like how awkward is that? I have to tell
I wouldn't.
you.
No, I would never say it.
If
You know,
the
I have
phones
to say
aren't
it.
working, you don't have to call them.
I would never say it.
But
I'd make Andrea do it.
We're holding the kids' hands. We're like, man, if you get lost in this sea, like it's going to be a scary couple hours because there's no, we're just going to have to wait
Yeah.
till it all thins out and we'll find you eventually. I
You
guess.
formulate a plan.
Yeah. You know what? We're bad at plans. We didn't tell the kids nothing. We're
Just say like, hey, if you get lost, meet back here by the old gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Imagine being some random 12-year-old having to hold Tom's hand at a lighting ceremony.
Yeah, how cold that hand is, too.
By the way, kids do not care about lighting ceremonies.
What?
This is boring. as hell. Yeah, so
Who was pushing the lighting ceremony, though? Who was really making it? Like, why even go?
no, because we're fooled by it. I'm telling you. We're like,
But what did you expect to see?
Everybody was fooled.
Who
What
got
did
you
you
a big lights?
What did
No,
you
they're like,
expect?
hey, it's the St. Augustine lighting
You didn't
ceremony.
wander into a trap.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. We'll take the boat up there.
Did
we'll
you
go
get a
for
card
lunch.
in the mail? You didn't see ads on TV?
It's
was
on
there
Facebook.
Was there, Facebook.
What did you expect, and how are you going to fix it?
No, I knew what to expect. I just didn't think about it, and no one did. We're all there, a sea of people.
What about Crystal? She had to have known what was coming.
No, she didn't. We're all fooled by the grandiose lighting ceremony.
Blinded by holidays.
Okay, so here's how you fix it. So this is they tried to fix it with bands playing beforehand and stuff, but that's better than the actual finale. You know, see, the bands are
you're
fine.
Like, oh, put the band
Like,
back on.
they're playing holiday music. There's a bunch of bands, and they got they're playing music, and everybody's like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
So then the mayor comes on. He gives a speech where no one can
The
hear.
mayor?
I don't even know
Of
who's
St.
up there.
Augustine.
I don't know. Someone's talking where you can't hear nothing because there's so many people there. It's crazy.
So you assumed it was the mayor.
Yeah, or whatever. Someone in charge. But here's how to make it better. You need to king. You need some sort, because what happens is they're
Did your
like,
brain
you don't know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. You need it to act like it's not going to turn on.
Right.
You need it to act like it's a gang,
Yeah.
gang, 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 gang,
Yes.
and then come on.
Because
Everything goes too smoothly for you.
Yes, because they always go 3, or they
Two.
do a 10-second count off or whatever, and they go 1, and then it's just on.
And then you want it to be like ding, 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 ding.
or start them in little groups like dung, 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 dung,
Boom! Ultra mega. Yeah, you want it to like.
So
all
Yeah.
they do is like the mayor plugs the plug in, and it's like king on, and then everyone's like, "Hey!"
It's
and
like-
then it was like, "Let's get the hell out of here!" That's what happens.
I do like it's like so comes right on. Everyone's like, yeah. And they're like, let's get the hell out of here. This place sucks.
Crystal didn't even watch it because she's like, everybody's gonna pour into the restaurants as soon as this thing goes on.
So what does she pour into the restaurant early?
No, yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go get a seat early. I'm gonna miss the ceremony.
Andrea's been rubbing off on her. Don't let Andrea do that to her, man.
Luckily, we did because everybody said it was
It's a good thing Crystal blew off the ceremony.
And she was right. It was stupid.
It's like if you
at
went to
least-
the 4th of July and they set off all the fireworks at once. You
Yes!
build,
Yes!
and then you have a big finale.
Yes!
I kind of see what you're saying, Tom.
The fourth of the fireworks,
Yeah.
big fireworks, got it. Big lights are screwed up. They need to start them, or like they need to figure out some fuse of lights that go. Then it hits the tree, and then boom, the tree goes on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
set up some sort of like light that snakes through St. Augustine. And you're like, oh, here it comes.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, we're by my house. Okay.
And then it hits the tree, and then boom,
Yeah.
it comes on. But it's just like, here, turn on the light. Tick. And then everybody's like, get the hell out of here. It stinks.
I do like when they plug it in. Everything comes out there like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
And everybody's like, oh. And then they just everybody immediately tries to run to their car at once.
And Tommy, Max, if you guys are listening, this is what Daddy was thinking about when he was staring into the air at dinner.
So then at dinner,
Where'd you guys eat?
okay, I don't even know the name of the place Crystal found, but in front of us there was
It was the Waffle House.
It was on St. George, and there was I mean hundreds and hundreds of people just flowing down the street both ways.
Yeah,
like to and never ending, right?
Yeah, and you know how you could see them? Thanks, lights.
So there was a person right on the corner. It was pretty cool because we got like a free dinner show, and the fact that it was like a crazy person dressed in a like as a Christmas tree, and then he had 2 inflatable snowmen. Right, and he was sitting there, and like you couldn't tell it was a person. Like basically, the whole Christmas tree outfit looked like a decoration. So he posed as a decoration on the side of St. George Street, and then he just scared people like "Bah!" as they walked by. And then that was what and you would get tipped for it. Oh, but there was also a stream involved.
Absolutely, there was. Yeah.
Oh, I found this guy. I found him.
Yeah.
He's a Florida bushman.
You
Yes.
guys have been in the same room as him. I think he was at Mo's Bowl-a-thon, wasn't he?
Was he?
I'm 90% sure, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Tom doesn't like this guy. He
No.
wants to start a radio war.
No, I know.
He wants to start a radio war with the Florida bushman.
He found an like a niche, and this is what.
How many followers do you think Florida bushman has?
more than us?
328,000 followers.
Yeah.
I guess I had assumed you guys had already interviewed him because you'd been in close conjunction from
No.
time to time. You just found out about the Florida, and you got to see him live. That's kind of neat because I follow him online.
He so that's and like Crystal went and talked to him and and gave him a tip because we're just and like he had no voice because he literally sat there for an hour straight and some people were getting mad.
It's very hard work to wear a ghillie suit and scare dumb people on the streets of St. Augustine. What this guy's doing is truly unique.
And so, how interesting is it that we're in at a time where you can monetize and make a living out of this kind of
Actually, he has
entertainment?
739,000 followers.
Yeah,
so double what I thought.
And so I wonder how often does he do it? Does he just do it for just these big events?
I mean, he already has the St. Augustine videos up, so he's hustling.
Yeah.
Like, he already has it up immediately.
He probably. I mean, he was filming it live as it happens.
And then there he is out of his bush costume. He just looks like a normal guy, like a normal nice guy.
he painted his whole face green, and but yeah, he just basically sets up and then scares people, and that's his.
The
social media
Japanese made
content.
this popular, right?
Well, yeah, I always saw it in like South American prank shows, I guess, more like
Okay, yeah.
where like I think
Where they were like, they play all like the sound effects. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
My favorite one, I think, so like there's a bus stop and there's an ad at the end of the bus stop for a scary movie, right?
Yeah.
And so people would walk up towards the bus stop and then like Chucky or like some little guy dressed as Chucky would jump out of the poster and chase people straight into traffic. It was amazing.
So with the Florida Bushman and him filming, because he's in a public street, then it's all open.
Yeah.
You could film
Same
it.
thing with like wavy boats and all those other
Yeah,
like,
you're just
you know,
filming the public,
yeah.
and you're allowed to do that.
I don't know how I feel about it, really. Like, I guess I'm not really anti it, because, whatever. I mean, I don't
So-
want to really hate on the guy's hustle, but
I think it was yesterday, actually, he put out a video where I think it was like an annual thing he does where a cop was giving him a hard time about it one time. And he was in the right. He was allowed to do it. And the cop was like giving him a real hard time.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I think it was yesterday he posted the video because of the anniversary.
Was the cops just saying like, "Hey, you're not allowed to jump out and scare people," or like, "Hey, move on," or what?
I didn't actually watch the video. I
No,
just-
okay.
I-
yes, that's what
Is that
I
the
do.
gist? The
I just
gist-
do the headline and I make
I was
assumptions.
like cops hassling the Bushman, and he, I read the little post, and I moved on.
I wonder. We do need to interview him and find out like, all
What if I
right,
told you he was in the room right
Yeah,
now?
it would be no way of knowing. I mean,
how much money does he make off this? What what do you think, Ross? If you're gonna guess, like,
700,000 followers. He's probably clearing 750,000 a year.
no.
Yeah.
all right, so his,
Yeah.
his followers on Instagram are 328,000.
No,
oh, yeah, and here's the video of the cop giving him a hard time.
If you're not doing commercials, there's no. Where's the money coming from? That like a lot of people just look at the number and then assume that all the money's just flowing in.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's like without the commercials, no money.
This is a strange thing for Florida Bushman to do because he has had 5 open heart surgeries.
Really? Wow.
You'd think he'd choose something a little less jump scary, right? Maybe something a little more calm. But yeah, he's a cancer survivor, a stroke survivor, and he's had 5 open heart surgeries. Yeah, I'd love to talk to this guy and just kind of see. Maybe he'd give us real world. I mean, I'm sure he has to have a regular day job, and I'm sure
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
supplement his income with a couple $1,000s, I would imagine.
And he didn't have like a handler with him getting signatures or nothing. I just kind of
No.
always assumed that was part of it. But
No,
he's just out there in the wild. in
I don't
his
know if
bush
I'd be
suit, huh?
jump scaring people these days.
Dude,
You know, like like all I needed to know was that one America's Funniest Home video where the guy in the scarecrow suit jumps up and that black guy punches him in the face.
Yeah.
And like the guy's like, oh, like I was like, nah, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't need to jump scare people.
Yeah, it happens at horror nights. It happens all the time. Sometimes involuntarily. Sometimes a dude winds up and punches you because you scared him on purpose.
That's I think why he's holding 2 inflatable snowmen, because he pushes the snowman out. To
That's his
scare.
defense,
So
yeah.
if someone punches, it'll just be punching.
It's like
the
Jon
snowman.
Snow's shield.
It's exactly like John
Yeah.
Snow Shield, except it's an inflatable snowman. And what this guy's doing is equally as heroic, I would say.
Well, if you think about it, how insulted would the Night King be if you punched an inflatable snowman at him as your shield?
Yeah.
He'd be like, here's what your kind is, a joke to us.
Yeah, that's, you know what? You make an excellent point. There's a part of me that instantly wants to hate what this guy's doing, but I don't want to do that until I've talked to him.
Oh, no. I'm a very much a fan. I assumed you guys had known him and interviewed him or something.
No.
no.
I'd
Well,
love to talk to him.
And the thing, like, it's just you figured out, like, oh, I could do this and film it. People will watch it. It's smart. Although I don't know what's the longevity of it. I guess people will watch it and they'll just jump on and watch. Like, because it's interesting. My whole family.
121,000 on TikTok.
We were literally sitting at an outside table across from him doing this, and we were just the whole dinner we were just watching him. So like we were doing it live, and the people just get on like TikTok live or Instagram live, and they're just doing the same thing.
Okay,
Oh,
so SJ knows YouTube pretty well, and based on this guy's numbers, 274,000 subscribers with 800 and almost 1,000 videos. Let's say he could be making between $2,000 and $5,000 a month
Okay, yeah,
just
yeah.
on his channel.
Yeah.
And he
That makes
probably
sense.
does other things. I don't know if he does public appearances or if he supplements his income that way, or maybe a little cameo here and there.
What I want to know is, like, did he just have the ghillie suit and came up with this, or did he like have the idea and go out and get a ghillie suit and make it happen?
The one that I liked was the Japanese one from years and years and years ago, where it's a little Japanese guy about my height, like 5'2", 5 foot.
Yeah.
And he wore a tuxedo and a little bowler's hat. and he would walk up really fast just behind people as they were like walking, and he'd just get like right behind them and be like, and he would just do like he would just yell, and then they'd freak out, and then he'd just like go back to like walking like just normal. Like that was the original one. Like that was the first one I saw. I was like, this guy's nuts.
There's a lot of busking in St. Augustine. I think more than it's probably the busking capital of Florida, right? Because I don't know if a lot goes on in like South Beach. I haven't been there in a long time.
Is it busking or is it singing homeless?
Well, no, there's like, I mean, there was a violinist that had like a, he was playing good, like well. And you could tell he's a professional, and he was playing on the street. There was a guy with pythons, and then you could hold and take a picture with the pythons for $30.
I don't put that in busking.
I mean,
what are you?
You're working for tips, essentially. Or I guess he was charging, take a picture with my python. It's close to busking.
You gotta have a skill. There's like a performance involved.
I want a performance.
Yeah.
I feel like you should play a violin or sing, play a guitar.
This guy's just an animal handler. Basically.
Yeah, if you just have like a snake and a dog with goggles on.
Couple parrots.
But I saw a cat show one time.
I do love a good cat show.
In Key West, and I put that in the category of busting. Like it was like a guy who's famous down there.
It's the famous Key West cats. I think we had him booked for a BDM event one time, and then like COVID happened.
He's like trained cats, and he does like cat tricks with them. And but that's under busking, I would put it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
the cats are doing tricks. These snakes do not do tricks. Game over.
Can you make a snake do tricks? I don't think you can.
Sure, you can make it like braid itself or something.
He was the snake guy was because all the kids walked up to him and were like, oh, and then like the wizard kid was like, I want a picture with a snake, and then I was like, all right, how much for a picture? He's $30.
$30, mother ever.
Oh, like $30. Oh my God,
$45 if you want the snake to go on your face.
And then there was some other kid, some schmuck paying $30 for that, and I'm like,
British kids will schmuck out on $30 because they don't have snakes in England.
I told the wizard kid, like, no, keep walking. I'm like, I'm paying $30 for you to take a picture.
$30?
That's too much. I'd have paid $10.
My God, what are we at Sleuth's Dinner Theater? And I'm trying to buy that keychain photo that you took at the end of the night.
That's way too much.
God almighty. $30? You should have done it though.
Hell no.
Is it your own photo?
Highway robbery.
Is it your own photo?
Yeah, you take a picture of yourself.
I'll take my own. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna say, put the kid like 10 feet in front of the guy, walk over, just take a picture.
What's that guy gonna do?
He's gonna yell at you.
He's gonna do nothing because he has those snakes.
He puts the snakes over. Like we were taking pictures, but
Right.
He put the snake over your neck or the kid's neck.
Well, that's worth $30. If you don't want to pay $30, you get a picture of you next to a guy with a snake.
Yeah, but he's picking up the snake.
What was he wearing?
He was like a bald white biker dude.
Okay, they always are. They always are.
Yeah.
Looks like
the hard part is getting the snakes there on your bike.
They want to slither out of my saddlebags. I had one slither out one time, get caught up in the chain.
The motorcycle vibration drives them nuts.
Man, they fall asleep like they're in the freezer.
We also I lucked out so much because at the end of the night, Crystal had planned a 9:30 tour of St. Augustine.
Oh my God! A 9:30.
And it was like
guys do nothing. Just do nothing.
It was like an electric. Like a big long Segway golf cart around St. Augustine to tour the lights or whatever. Yeah. And by 9:30 I'm drunk. I'm like tired as hell because I've been loading all day. Loading, unloading, loading, crash the boat into the dock, loading. Anyway.
Did you miss the golf cart turning on ceremony?
And Chris was like, get ready, the golf cart's going to be here in 5 minutes.
Golf cart?
Oh my God, damn. Even the kids that were playing Roblox in the hotel, they're like, oh God. No one wanted to do it.
You guys got to stop doing stuff.
And then the guy never showed. I'm like, I was like, yes.
Even he didn't want to do it.
No call, no show.
Snake's got him.
Crystal texting. I'm like, where are you?
Where are you? I have some pretty disappointed young men here that were happy to see. I have some pretty disappointed little kids here that wanted to see the Festival of Lights.
We were so happy that the guy didn't show up. I was like, that guy saved me. Thank God he didn't
But he got your money or no?
No, he didn't pay. Like, you pay at the time. I don't know what the hell.
He definitely is fitting all crazy.
I'm just a loader. I'm just here to load. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more corporate time.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy. Hey.
How are you, buddy? Let me say. me save this real fast.
How you doing, man?
Very good to see you, man.
Take a seat. Grab a seat right here. I'll put you right
Come
here.
on in. Good to see you, dude. How are you?
Not too
How's it
bad,
going?
man. Good to see you.
Hey, that's Ross.
Ross, pleasure to meet you in person.
And so, Jimmy, what's the thing? What's the event that you're plugging? Just so I know, I should be prepared, but I'm not. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
We missed we were supposed to be on XL this morning, and we forgot about it, both of us. And we just
Really?
both came here like normal. And neither of us said a thing. I'm in there shitting when he walked in, and he's
I
like,
didn't even realize until we got here. I was like, oh, fuck.
we're both dumb and dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, our brains are turning off.
It's just the event week. It's, I don't know why. We usually don't schedule morning radio on Monday.
Well, we're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah. But,
Oh, Johnny's gonna be so mad.
Actually, he's
I'm
out of all the
He's the
people,
nicest guy.
he's the nicest
That's
guy.
what I hear from everybody.
Yeah,
He
he
don't
wouldn't
care.
care. He'd be like, hey,
Because-
man, it's fine.
Because we're just doing a plugging segment anyway, so it's like
Right.
he'd probably just rather do
I'm
something.
gonna do that at celebrity birthday. So who gives a
yeah,
fuck?
That motherfucker will roll with whatever.
Oh,
He
yeah.
don't give two fucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's super
He
nice.
gets paid. He's the last generation of radio guy to get paid too. They'll never pay like that again, you know, like the Jim Phillips and the Johnny Magics
Right.
of the world, like
Right.
making like you know,
He's like a one of one.
300K a year or something, like, you know.
Okay,
chill.
can you hear okay?
Again, yeah.
Do you have your okay? Your mic should be on now. You should be able to hear yourself.
Yeah,
I can hear.
that,
I can hear me now. Yeah.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Trey
Alright.
went on to plug Mo's thing, and Johnny carried him like a baby.
I forgot we were still on talking.
No, you're fine. You didn't say anything bad.
No, no.
I'll put the echo on if you say something bad. Yeah.
I was.
Oh, Jimmy, what's the
gay,
date of-
gay.
Oh,
The event is called Secret Lives of Dinosaurs, and yeah, my buddy's. This is my buddy's new book. The top. What do you call these on the back?
What is
Blurbs.
that? No, yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, blurb.
blurb. But it's called like when someone asks you, do you write a
This is not a dedication. That's on the
Can
inside.
you write a blurb for my jacket? My
blurb?
dust jacket?
Sounds right, but it's. I think it's in the book world.
Yeah.
It's some. What the fuck is it? The chat room will know, right?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Well, the top blurb on this one is from Slash from Guns N' Roses, who was a huge
shit.
dinosaur nut. So-
Oh wow! Epilogue? Somebody saying?
Nah, it's not epilogue.
Forward? No, the forward's in the book.
the forward's in the front.
This is for the jacket.
So, like, when people
Maybe
put
I was
here on the
thinking of
back, it's like, oh, here is some great. It says praise for Secret Lives from Slash and Callie and you know, the cool people.
That's
so-
cool.
But yeah, so like it's
Yeah, they're called
it's a
blurbs.
Blurbs.
Okay,
Thank you.
all
We
right,
had
all
it. I knew it. We
Blurbs
had
is
to track that.
correct.
Thank you.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Hold on.
I've got-
I think I know about books. I don't know what Ross
And my
knows
original
about books.
name was Blurb.
A blurb is a short promotional piece accompanying a piece of creative work. It may be written by the author or publisher or quote praise from others. Blurbs were originally printed on the back or rear dust jacket of a book. Fuck you, Tom.
There you go. Blurb it up. Okay.
I think I was thinking of Ford. Why'd I even question it?
Would you like to? Where's this one going?
This is Tuesday 3. So this will air tomorrow. That's fine, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday 3.
And then everyone who I have sent the YouTube and Twitch link to can just watch it and enjoy it now too as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect. And when's the date? Is this? It's just promoting the book, right? Just
So it's actually we're doing a whole a stage show at the Sharon Theater. It's on December 3rd
okay.
Nice.
at 7 p.m. So
Perfect. All right.
like we got a whole thing going on.
That's
All
gonna
right.
be killer, dude.
It's gonna be a good time. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really wild.
Why don't you bring us back, Mr. Van?
Yep.
Here we go. Sorry. And 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Dino Jimmy in the house. How you doing, Dino Jimmy?
Always a wonderful time to be with you guys. Hello, everybody.
Good to see you, man.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much for having me back again.
Ross
Always.
McCoy is also here with us. We're going to talk some dinosaurs. So,
And
Jimmy.
just to give you the context of the vibe in the room, Tom just lost an embarrassing argument about books to me.
Yeah, you did. You did.
What?
Yeah. Why even argue anything books with Ross? Books are not your strong
I didn't
suit.
argue. It's just
You
like, when you
absolutely
said
did.
blurb, I was like, no, that's not it.
You argued so badly that after we went to the internet and confirmed it, you said, I don't know.
Those are my favorite
I
ones.
did that, I don't know, as a joke.
Do you know?
I did that as a joke.
He does that to me a lot. You know why why like those are the best? Those are the ones that make me feel like, well, then everything we just did was a waste of time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a bullying.
It didn't matter. Oh, I love it.
That's just a small bully when someone tells you something and you're like, I don't even know. There's no reason for me to say that. Of course, I have no idea. I'm a moron. Anyway, so Jimmy's here to talk about a book that your buddy wrote, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm here today for a bunch of different things. It's been a wild month for dinosaurs, and when crazy things like that happen, I always want to bring it to you guys first because so many really cool things have been going on. But the first thing I want to share is that so my buddy is Dr. Dean Lomax. He's this big paleontologist over in the UK. He's one of the world's leading experts on marine reptiles. He's done a bunch of different documentaries and things, and so this is like his 11th book. But he's coming to Florida to do a big promotion with it. We're actually doing a full theatrical show where it's myself and my friend Elaine and then Dean, and we're all like talking about paleontology experiences, and and I'm going to have the whole museum and everything set up in the front.
Whoa.
So it's a whole ticketed event. But like what's amazing about it is that you come out here for one night, you get to see some incredible talks from really passionate paleontologists and people who are in the field literally, and you get the chance to see all these really cool dinosaurs. All the cool stuff that I bring in here every time, that's all going to be there, plus the stuff that I can't fit in the studio that I've been dying to bring
Tom,
to you.
a real dinosaur.
It'll be real dinosaurs, and we're going to fight up against the Catman.
Yeah.
So when is that happening?
That's going to be on Wednesday, December 3rd. That's at the Sharon Performing Arts Center. And so you can actually see that the tickets are available now, and they've actually been going very fast. So we're very excited to see that a lot of people could be there for this one. But
Well, it's kind of a limited. I would imagine that he doesn't, do this sort of thing in Florida very often.
No, not
Where's
often.
the Sharon Performing Arts Center?
That's up in the Villages.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Sharon, it's this huge theater, and it's a one night only thing that he's going to get a chance to come do and really get a chance to kind of share some of the really interesting experiences. And Elaine has really wonderful stories too, because she's a paleontologist, but she's also a lawyer, and she's like someone who's like, yeah, you know what, I've just been really passionate about this sort of stuff, and I want to go and I want to embrace this thing that I love. So she's sharing her story about how she was able to bring the day in the life, turn that into following real passion. And she's actually helped a lot of people out with her stories and the adventures that she's gone on.
So give us an idea of some of the stuff in The Secret Life of Dinosaurs, because this implies that there's a life that dinosaurs led that the rest of us probably don't know.
Yes. So the way we know things about dinosaurs, about the prehistoric world, is based on the fossils and things that we find.
The Land Before Time films.
Littlefoot.
Littlefoot
Feast
still
Street,
makes me so sad when I see him.
The historical
Yeah.
documents.
Oh my God. His sweet little face.
You know, I did a talk at the Enzian not too long ago, and we watched The Land Before Time, and I brought a whole new generation of children to be traumatized by that. And in my little pre-talk, I showed there's actually a particular place that we have found that had those kinds of dinosaurs in the same place at the same time. And so I found this little spot. It's like, if you want to visit the real Great Valley, it's this little spot in North Fork, Utah, where we had Tyrannosaurus, we had horned dinosaur, not a triceratops, but a horned dinosaur.
What was ducky? What was ducky?
Ducky, yeah, and so there's a duckbill like that one. I got a lot of duckbill stuff I want to show you guys here today because they've had a wild couple of weeks here.
Put it
too.
on my bill.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that video going around, but it's wildly popular.
Have you heard Duck Job? All fortitude. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
No, it's awful.
I've training 49 years. I've been training to do Play With My Balls by Duck Job live. Let's do it live. I can do a live Duck Job anywhere in the world.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Drop me in the middle, anywhere. Like go Duck Job live.
I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not be there for it. So thank you, Pete.
So
Absolute cinema.
That'd probably be a good way to open Secret Lives of Dinosaurs.
Duck Job live.
Yeah.
Duck Job. My dad loved Duck Job. Oh my God, my dad loved Duck Job. Somewhere in heaven, when my dad's flip phone rings, the ringtone is Duck Job. In heaven, my dad will be getting a call. He'll answer it. Oh,
going back to the book.
Yeah.
So what are some of the secrets that dinosaurs had?
So this covers a lot of the things that have showed us a lot about behavior. So like the cover of the book you can see here is a two-headed lizard.
Okay.
Because we have found a fossil of an adult lizard that survived with two heads and lived its entire life, and the entire fossil is perfectly preserved with the two different heads right there on it. And this covers all different kind of things, like how dinosaurs like not only lived their lives together, but when we talked about how we finally found some of their softer parts, like we could see like the skin and their butts and things like that, like all that stuff is trapped in here. We look at things where animals are having, there's all these different creatures where it's dinosaurs and mammals all living together in this one little like a warren, like they're sharing the same space. There's
and that's odd because we don't associate mammals and dinosaurs like obviously not living symbiotically together, but more as predator prey, right?
Right. You always think of like the dinosaurs stomping around and like these little rats are just barely getting out of the way of their giant footprints. But right here, like you can actually see here's a fossil where a mammal and a Psittacosaurus have curled up with each other, and like the mammal was kind of biting it a little bit. Like they were interacting, they were living in the same space with each other. And so a lot of these things are just really vividly drawn. An artist named Bob Nichols who put all these really crazy things together, including
But based on like actual fossils,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
all
Because when I was a kid, like you'd get like static fossils. You get like here's
Yes.
this fish dinosaur. We found it in a big slab of limestone, and this is what it looked like when it was dead and all splayed out. But now I don't know if it's advances in science or advances in how archaeologists are getting stuff out of the ground. But we're finding more dynamic. They're finding more dynamic fossils, like stuff you'll find like an animal biting another animal, or this animal was sheltering its eggs or whatever. Like fossils that show part of what was happening at the time, not
Wasn't
just
that,
a
like-
dead animal in mud.
Like 2 weeks ago or something with the soft parts you were talking about. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't that I was trying to decipher an article. These articles get a little spicy. You can tell that you can tell when we found something that is significant.
Yeah.
When I'll start reading an article about it and it'll lose me halfway through and I'm like, oh yeah, they're really into this. This is a big deal. So can you explain that a little bit? What happened a couple weeks ago when they started finding weren't they finding like full complete skins or?
Yes. So we've been able, because like to what Ross was saying, our process changes. When we find something new that we didn't expect to see before, we're like, okay, how'd you find that? All right, everyone start doing this that way. So instead of just like blasting bones out of the rock, now we're more careful. We look for like little pieces of what could be there beyond the animal.
Sure.
And that's giving us the chance to answer some of these behavioral questions that we didn't know for a very long time. Like, for example, 2 weeks ago, my buddy Filippo, who's a paleontologist out of Italy, published this insane discovery of how dinosaurs got down that we've always wanted to know, because it's a behavioral thing you don't necessarily see. So we looked at
And this is your buddy.
Yeah.
He's publishing these.
So
like,
by getting down, you mean
down.
blasting bones?
Yeah. Let me scroll down to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scientific article and to the actual diagram that they
do
put
a
in here.
missionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got it narrowed down to 5 possibilities.
Oh, but I like
God.
butt to butt.
No, this is entirely about how dinosaurs made it. Because
you know what
it's
they
been the
love? They
question.
love the 69.
Hold on.
love
So I would have just assumed, like it's like many other animals, it's the classic a doggy style.
A doggy? Is that what you got? I think it is how they say the classic a doggy. Why don't you become friends with my Dino Jimmy? Hey, good to see you.
I was trying to fancy it up for Jimmy. I was embarrassed saying doggy style.
Doggy
for-
style. Oh.
Well, what's the scientific term for that? Like a rear mount?
Canis very familiaris.
Yeah, okay.
No, so yeah,
Sorry.
so you
is
see
great.
this, like you got those memes that go around of like, how would this dinosaur wear this hat? Would this dinosaur wear its tie at the top of the neck or the bottom?
It's
of the
usually
neck?
pants when I see it.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
I love those.
And then occasionally you'll see the ones like, okay, well, how does Stegosaurus mate? Because they got the big the plates and the big spikes on the end of the tail, and it's very dangerous how you pick that out. And so we scientifically approached that question, and Filippo and his team said, no, how would they get down at that? So they looked at the fossil evidence, like, well, no. So this is actually one of the dinosaurs that they studied. And this is Olorotitan. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs of all time because it's like a duck-billed dinosaur. So you can actually see a dinosaur like this without the big hatchet crest. You can see this one at the Orlando Science Center. So it's a Edmontosaurus. the same
My
kind of
wife
thing.
has
Okay.
an immense hatchet crest.
And so this is what the the skull of this guy looks like. And so the heads, I think it's really amazing looking to see it all like this.
Okay, so that's an actual size, like.
Oh no, these guys were gigantic. So
okay.
this is like a sixth of the overall size. This thing would be huge.
All right.
And so when you have a huge animal like that, you know, we find so many of these things because these were like the cows of the prehistoric time. They lived in big herds. They had lots of numbers of them. And when you have a huge volume of animals like that, you get to find some really cool things. So some of them fossilized really beautifully well, and they lived in very vast climates and areas. And so we have full mummies of some of these. We can actually see all their skin. We know that these stripes are not artistic interpretation. They actually had stripes like this because we see patterns in the scales. So let's look at the hips. When you look at the hip bones here, you can see these little bits that come off the top. We call those processes, right? And so what Filippo did with the team was they studied the processes of a bunch of different kinds of duck-billed dinosaurs, hadrosaurs as we call them.
Okay.
And what they found was that there were two different types. We had some where they were kind of straight up like this, and others where they were kind of like bruised and broken and bent a little to the side. And when you find those kind of breaks, we call them pathologies, because if they break and they start to heal, you know what happened while the dinosaur was alive. So it's like, how did this happen? And they start weighing all the options. Were they getting preyed on? Was something eating them? No, because
Was
they
it a
healed.
skateboard accident? Very low probability.
Entirely possible. The 2-footed ollie grind, it's hard when you have 3.5 feet.
Yeah, that is a hard trick.
So like, you have all these different things going on, and then they're like, did it get rolled over? Did it fall down a hill? No, again. But what if this is how they were actually
That's
mating?
how they did it.
It's from the doogie.
The doggy.
It's from the dino style. So they found out that these bones were, sorry, I'm just gonna put that right there. These bones were breaking and healing again as the dinosaurs were mating, which told us two things. It shows us the behavior of how they went about doing it.
Dropping it down, man.
yeah,
He's
hadrosaurs
doing it.
really get at it.
Yeah.
They-
I mean, I
they
can
get
only
loud.
imagine if my wife had to go to the emergency room.
Breaking her hips every time?
Yeah, that would not be good.
Oh my God.
So now with that particular dinosaur,
Yeah.
I would have guessed it was the rear type of mount because of the
you're a
Because that's
pervert.
what you guess for every dinosaur.
And you think
No,
about
no,
it, and this guy
Stegosaurus-
thinks about how dinosaurs do it all the time.
You know, it's funny. I've never thought about it once. Like,
No,
it,
me
never, it
neither.
never crossed my mind. But a Stegosaurus, you're right. Like, they couldn't have done it like that because of how. Or sometimes animals have this weird thing where they like are able to lift their tail and move out of the way in certain instances.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
and like open themselves
Sometimes
up
things
for,
fold out. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
One of the possibilities was doing something like this, where they kind of do what they call a cloacal kiss, where they just kind of
That's called
like,
scissoring
Yeah.
in the lesbian community.
This is 96 is
Yeah.
what they're doing here. They're just
Okay.
facing away from each other.
The lesbians call that scissorings, or I call it two grandpas kissing.
It's the classic butt to butt for all the audio listeners.
But with all those things together, now it not only shows us that this is how the dinosaurs actually mated, but it also gives us a clear way to see which ones were male and which ones were female. Because we really haven't had a way to figure that out too much. We've had a couple of the ways we could think about it before.
Do they have?
Why though?
They had no way of writing their pronouns down.
Because a lot of the soft tissue doesn't usually fossilize.
Right.
And so we can't find those kind of sexual organs in a fossil makeup like this. There was one case, there was a Tyrannosaurus rex that we called B. rex that was found with a thick layer of extra bone inside of its leg. And when chickens are getting ready to lay their eggs, they build up extra layers of calcium because the eggshells are hard. And so we find that same layer of calcium buildup. We're like, oh, this must have been a female Tyrannosaurus getting ready to lay some eggs.
That's amazing.
But
Yeah,
that's the connections that we
Yeah.
got to make. He's like, what's the modern animal doing, and how does that work in the dinosaur world? Because they kind of did it first, and we're worked up to like what we have now. But besides that, if they weren't like egg-laying animals, we weren't quite sure. So now, if they weren't of the egg-laying age or like in breeding season, we weren't quite really able to tell. But now, Filippo and his team have given us some new things to think about and new things to look at. So you can go back and look at those same 5 vertebrae there and say, oh yeah, those are broken. That's the lady.
So is there ways though to also look at like bird behavior and then kind of deduce backwards
like
like
reverse
okay,
engineer
Yeah,
what
yeah, like-
dinosaurs how they behaved.
because just like birds, if you ever watch Animal Planet and like you'll see a bird like attracting a female in one way or the other through like its foliage or feathers or like
Fancy car.
all that. Sometimes I get a bunch of garbage and put it in front of their nest.
Yeah.
And then when the female bird finally does come over, like the mating happens super fast to the point where it's like almost like, "Grrr," and then it's done.
Sometimes the bird orders the Uber before they even start.
And I wonder if dinosaurs does it just hit real fast, rub together, and then out.
And that's I'll piggyback my question on the end of yours. Like, in movies, like somebody in the chat room earlier had said that they just got done watching Jurassic Park, and they're so filled with dino misinformation that they love it when you come on so you can give us some like real dino information. But like, like in movies, the trope is that dinosaurs kind of move slow, and they're like,
Yeah.
and they're like looking, and like, but if they move anything like birds, then they're gosh damn mega fast. Like when I watch Ross's bird feeder and a bird's he's all like he's so fast.
Yeah.
And it made me, I've always wanted to ask you, like, to go into what Tom's saying too, like, are they quicker than we think? Like, were they?
They are so much quicker than we think.
And we've made them be like these slow lumbering animals because of movies, but that's not how it was.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Right. And the slow lumbering dinosaur idea applies to only a handful of them because
That's what
they
I
were
thought.
just so massive
Yeah.
that moving too quickly could be difficult. But most of the dinosaurs were actually fast. They were fleet-footed. They lived in very dynamic environments where they had to survive every single day.
React.
And being slow, unless you're covered in plates and armor or massive enough to bat away any predators, you weren't going to stick around too long. So yeah, dinosaurs were very fast. We actually have we can do some quick math. We find footprints. And we know how tall a dinosaur is. And so when you see how far away the footprints are, you can figure out how fast they're moving. So we can see that some of these guys could actually pick up. And some dinosaurs like T-Rex, would be Usain Bolt would get away. I don't feel good for the rest of us. But other dinosaurs could be incredibly, almost like fast as some big cats out there, for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of times we think if an animal's big that it just moves slow as lumbering, but like even a manatee, if it gets spooked, it will swim fast away. Like there's videos
strong.
of groups of manatees like being spooked and swimming away fast, and it looks crazy because the amount of water they can move. So it's like, what the hell was that? But it's like that's a bunch of manatees. Like they're strong. You know,
The
what
only
I'm saying?
problem
They
with
can
most
move.
manatees or those type of animals when they get spooked is they push a lot of water and they move away fast, but for some reason they think they diarrhea at the same time.
Yeah.
And that kind of kills the point of like you rocketing away super fast. I want to be like, look how impressive that is, but when I see a cloud of brown diarrhea, I'm like, well, I don't know, not that impressive.
Do you know why they do that?
No.
They got to drop weight. They gotta get rid of whatever's there, holding them back, and then they go. You know the stories you hear about, like the car on the kid, and the woman comes over and flips the thing over.
Yeah.
That's something that a human being can do in a moment of like crazy adrenaline.
Sure.
You can do it once, and then you're not moving for a week. Your body has to recover. When animals have to do these quick bursts of getting away, they're using a lot of extra energy that they were holding on to. So like I can do this once or twice, and then once I'm in free for safety, I got to like sit down for a while, and then I'm going to be very cautious about a lot of food at that point. Eat as much as I can and kind of build my energy stores back up.
I heard some of these animals though were watching influencers on TikTok, and they could drink and do the hard workout lifestyle, so they can't.
So Jimmy, what else do we got in our bag of goodies?
So in addition to the news about dinosaurs mating, we also found something about the way dinosaurs grew up. So there's another dinosaur that is back in the wild again, and this one's called Nanotyrannus. Now, I remember back in like the late 80s, my dad cut me out a news article from New York Times when this thing was first announced. We found a tiny tyrannosaur. It's the first of the. It's a tiny little dinosaur, but it's just like a T-Rex. It's like the difference between a lion and like a bobcat, and it's like the coolest thing ever. And then other scientists were like, well, what if it's not a different animal? It could be like a teenage T-Rex or a little one. We haven't found too many babies, so
that'd
maybe
be a
it's
great show, Teenage T-Rex. I'd watch the hell out of that.
a CW original. Where it's just so much angst.
Yeah. Oh, he's such an emo boy.
Yeah, it all happens in a high school, and those won't be invented for another 48 million years. But so like, there's this idea about, is it a teenage dinosaur, or is it a different animal altogether? And we've been going back and forth on that forever. Like, people have like come to fists about this. They've been fighting this, like literally like hating each other over it. And so a couple of weeks ago, friend James Napoli, who worked at the Museum of Natural History, and Lindsay Zano, who is an absolute superstar in paleontology, they've been working on this skeleton that the entire dinosaur was found locked in combat with a Triceratops.
Whoa.
The entire thing is one big block. And they've been studying it to try and figure out if they could answer this once and for all. And they came to the conclusion that, yeah, Nanotyrannus is its own thing. Not only is it its own thing, but there are more species of it. It's like there's at least 2 different kinds of Nanotyrannus. Because you think of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. We all know the 2 words of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because Tyrannosaurus is the genus name, it's like the first name, and then the last name is Rex. Most people don't know the last names of other dinosaurs. You think of like a Stegosaurus or a Patasaurus, and then you let the rest go. Nanotyrannus now has 2 different kinds of last names. There's the Lancensis, and then there's another one which is Lethius, which means like it's from the river Styx, but like the Roman version, it's like wiping your memory, forget all your past lives. So it's kind of a cool thing. And so now what we thought was a teenage T-Rex is actually just another kind of animal that lived at the same time as this. And so when you look at this jaw and you compare this to like the jawbones of a T-Rex that I brought in before.
Wow.
So you can see this. Yeah. So this is the front of the nose of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We call this the maxilla. This part right here is just the front little bit of this up to right here. So you can kind of see the similarities about how it's just a much more
Oh yeah,
massive
10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely huge. And so that's why we were thinking this is probably just the baby one getting ready to grow up. And now we know that's
It's
the
its
whole thing.
own, yeah. And then there was a bunch of these, and that was full grown.
Yeah.
And there was like many T-Rexes basically.
Exactly. And that's that knowing that it's full grown is how they figured it out, because that's the approach that hasn't been taken before. So what James and Dr. Zano did was they looked at the inside of the bones, because you can break open the long bones, you can cut them and measure them like the rings of a tree.
Oh, wow.
Because you can tell how old dinosaurs are because they have their happy seasons and their difficult seasons, and the bone growth actually makes like the tree rings.
Similar to what you were saying about the female dino.
Yes.
And building up her bone,
Yeah.
material. Yeah.
And so we count these bone rings, and we figured out that the Nanotyrannus here was about 14 years old. Now, when we look at Tyrannosaurus, if it was 14, it would be this big. But this guy is only this big. And so it's got to be its own different thing. And by looking at those, the inside the bones like that, but measuring those specific things that you can compare, that's how we were able to figure out that this is an entirely different thing. And so now we just have more exciting and awesome dinosaurs out there to explore.
Jimmy, I got a question for you before we go. It's like dinosaurs were around for a long time, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people
basic.
don't believe or don't even understand like how long the actual dinosaurs lived on Earth, and how long was it?
Hundreds
per
of
se?
millions of years.
Yeah.
The
something like that.
dinosaurs had about 140 million years that they were living in the stretch from when the first thing we call a dinosaur to the meteor impact that wiped everybody out was. Yeah.
And there were so
And
many.
then there was like kind of dinosaur-y stuff before that too. There was like, some lizards with maybe like claws and stuff. We were working our way up to dinosaurs before that too.
So those were things that look kind of like
Yeah.
dinosaurs. So you buy a bag of dinosaurs at any store, you're going to get a Dimetrodon, which is a big sale. You're going to get a
Yeah.
pterodactyl or something like that. And those aren't quite dinosaurs, but they're along for the ride.
So were there any dinosaurs that developed any sort of hyper intelligence or more intelligence than we once originally
Smartosaurus?
thought? Like, because because this leads me to another question of like, were there any dinosaurs intelligent enough to do anything other than eat and breed?
Did dinosaurs make podcasts that we can listen to?
like entertain themselves in some other way, like an octopus or a dolphin or other
Yeah.
intelligent
Yeah.
animals that actually do something beyond.
Like you want dino games, right?
Yeah,
Like
well-
you want ways that they were like able to entertain themselves.
So some
Yeah.
animals are smart enough to actually have to entertain themselves and not just survive.
T-Rexes cannot play chess, Tom. They just don't have the arms for it.
But is that a stupid
No,
question?
I don't think that's a stupid question
not
at
at
all.
all.
It's also something I've never thought of, and that's interesting.
I'll disagree with the whole room. That's a stupid question.
Okay. Thanks for being here, Ross. I appreciate that.
No, so these are the kind of things, these are the kind of questions that we don't start to think about until we get pointed in some direction.
High as
And when
hell.
we think about those questions, and when we have that question, then you start to think, well, how would I answer that? How could I prove that dinosaurs either had some kind of intelligence or had the ability to, perceive and understand their surroundings and try to make something better of it. And how do I know that they figured out how to have fun, and these kind of things, because they had difficult lives, and so they had to find something to pass the time, right? But we look at the bones of the skull. If you find a really complete skull, you can put them all together, and the space on the inside is where your brain goes.
Yeah.
By looking at the shapes and the sizes of different dinosaur brains, there's something that they call there's your IQ, and then there's an EQ, and it has to do with the basically the amount of neurons and brain cells you could fit into that particular space. And so some scientists have used that as a point to say, well, because this has so much extra brain juice going on in there, it's probably really, really smart. Or they look at it compared to the rest of the size of the body. So one of the
like
dinosaurs,
a Pachycephalosaurus, for example.
Pachycephalosaurus has a huge head,
Yeah.
but that is all
bone in the front.
thick bone. It's like up to 9 inches thick of just solid bone, and there's a little brain on the inside there.
And your diet too matters too. Like
Yeah.
the more fat is better for brain production
Yep.
and things like that, right?
That's right. Yeah. So the nutrition that you have coming in, your body breaks it all down and uses it for something else. Dinosaurs did the same thing.
That's why EJ's so smart.
There would actually be an argument against it.
I'll keep working on that. Sorry, I'll keep working on that.
But so there's a dinosaur that was long considered to be the smartest possible one out there. It was a creature called the Troodon. And so the Troodon,
Yeah, they look like aliens.
they do a little bit. Yeah, there's a scientist
eyes.
named Dr. Dale Russell who took this creature and he said, what if the meteor never came down? What if the dinosaurs never went extinct as we know them and didn't turn into a bird for a second? What if they continued on with our robust 1985 understanding of what dinosaurs were? And so when we go from there, he created this thing called the Dinosauroid, which, yeah, to Ross's point, looked like a little green alien with reptilian eyes and long fingers and things like that. Because if you could follow this brain getting bigger and bigger as it tries to, build more tools and things like that. When you look at things like crows, for example, crows are crazy smart.
Yeah.
Crows have figured out how to use tools. They have figured out how to unlock things. You can do puzzles. There's so many, bro. If you swipe through and you see all the different crow videos online,
They'll
it's
recognize
wild
people's
stuff.
faces and
Yeah.
remember them.
Yeah,
They remember
I like
them for
crow
like
videos.
years of time. Like remember human faces and things. Right?
They can steal cars.
As long as someone's along to tell them which one is the blue wire, because they
Correct.
can't figure that part out. But outside of that, the crows are incredibly intelligent, and they've learned how to adapt into these tools. And crows are dinosaurs, because modern birds are actually dinosaurs. And so in that same continual growth, because they have those three-toed claws and the feathers, and they are part of the lineage of the dinosaurs that were smart enough to get out of the way from the tidal waves of the big impact that killed everything.
We have a person that is a street performer that owns a pet crow who's going to be on our show in the next couple of weeks.
fantastic.
Not a
Yeah.
busker if you're relying on the crow.
Yeah, no, we learned that earlier. Unless the crow plays the fiddle.
Well, Jimmy,
Which
how do
is
people get tickets for this event? Again, it's December 3rd.
December 3rd at the Sharon Performing Arts Theater. So we've actually got the tickets are, you can find them through United Arts directly. You could find them through my page on Instagram and things like that. And actually, we're doing a giveaway right now, and I want to share a couple things here because I've been very grateful to you guys for giving me the space to come on here all the time and to come talk about this stuff that's
Talk
really
about
fun.
dinosaurs boning.
All the time. If I can find a room to just talk about dinosaurs going at it, it's a happy day. But so we've got a couple tickets, and I'd love to be able to give some away to a few of your listeners as well.
Yeah, man.
So I'm doing some contests on my Instagram page at Dinosaur Podcast, and people can join us here. And then I'm also going to share some stuff with you guys that we can put for the BDMs and the folks listening here today, because I would love to make sure that everyone gets a chance to come out and see some cool stuff and meet Dean and get a signed copy.
This is
of
going to be a big event.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is huge.
Also, Dino Jimmy's going to be at our beer fest.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out there
man.
set up right next to
Thank
the
you for doing that.
to the
We're-
sign
Thank you for having me
center.
back. Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's one of my
dude.
favorite times.
Oh man, we're so
Always
excited
blessed.
to. You're one of the selling points, man. Like come for the free beer fest
Yeah.
and meet interesting, cool people that
Yeah.
we care about.
Swing
you know?
by Dino Jimmy's tent.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's going to be next to the sign center, and go talk to him about everything. Yeah, but listen, Jimmy's an awesome, super nice person. So just talk dinosaurs with him. Bring your family and
let your kiddos check out some of the stuff that you have. It's all
so much fun stuff
hands-on,
for the kids.
interactive, fun stuff,
He
man.
might let you drink beer out of an iguanodon skull.
That's true. You never know.
And Jimmy, plug your social media real quick.
Yes. So on all social media, primarily on Instagram, but I'm at Dinosaur Podcast, all one word, and that's where you'll find the information about Secret Lives and where things are going and how you can come and join us and be part of the fun. Because I'd love to meet you in person and want to shake your hand.
So
and show
the
you
chat
some really
room
cool
loves
dinos.
you, man. They
Awesome.
want to meet
I
you
love the
too. So
secret. I love chatting
don't
too.
just say it in the chat room. Come out to this beer fest.
Yeah.
Hang out and meet Dino Jimmy and get a photo.
Yep, we will be right back.
Awesome. Let me save that. We're still on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, we'll make the switch over to the Facebook.
Now, we did have one more for that Monday, right? That we needed, or no? Because it was just a 30.
No shit, I did not. Totally forgot. We only did one.
We had. Hold on, let me go to it here. It's short, but it's like.
Okay.
17.
Well, yeah, we gotta.
There it is.
We need a 10.
Yeah, we need 8.
Okay. You want to talk shit with us for another 8
Yeah,
minutes?
you want to do 8 minutes?
Oh, geez, I don't know if I can do that, you guys.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna just real quick. So I just put the Oh, I tried to put a link. It just told me not to post links. Okay, never mind.
No, hold on. I can fix it. I can fix it. Hold on, I think. Oh yeah, send. Text it to Tracy.
I'll send it
She
to
says.
Tracy.
Yeah.
So I put a whole note together for today's visit. I had the link to the mating story because it's open access science.
Okay.
So there's no paywall. They want everyone to get in there and read it and find out all this kind of stuff. And so I get the link for Filippo's paper, and then for the tickets at the Sharon.
Okay.
And directly to my Instagram too. So I'll text all that stuff to Tracy and get it all in there.
Yeah, Tracy will get on there.
Appreciate that. All right, T. Let me save that, and then we'll do 8
Yeah,
minutes.
just do it quick.
And then we'll switch her over. Yeah, sorry about that. I just noticed it when I was looking at the file.
It's been a busy 2 weeks.
But what an exciting time to be alive, though.
It's true.
So much crazy stuff happening.
Is there a story we can touch on? There was that fossil. Is there any other dinosaur news that?
Somebody in the chat room. Hold on. Let me go back and find the questions they put in here.
So when I tell you that they went all out for this book and some of the artwork and things, I'm telling you they
That's
went a
awesome.
little crazy for some of the
Dude,
stuff.
that's a dinosaur cock. That's a fucking cock.
No, he's
yeah.
no, they're going all in.
That's full penetration.
Let me see.
Yeah. There's a full. I don't even show this on Twitch.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, it's right there.
He's all up in there.
This is.
And then,
Yeah, change how I think about you, Jimmy.
no, and we're going to switch to this
I mean,
part.
if I was in the woods and like
I
on
could
a
jack into
desert
that.
island,
Oh my god, that one's jizzing on the other dinosaur's face.
No. So this is the T-Rex eating a Triceratops, and it's so full.
Oh, this
that
Triceratops.
Oh yeah, it's got.
It's just
shitting.
blasting
great.
onto this poor lizard, and we.
Explodo dragon.
Well, wait a minute. I don't feel like that really happened, right? Animals
kid-
would eat until they would shit themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Horses do it every day. You've never seen a horse
They
just
eat
like.
themselves
focusing
to the
on one
point where they
thing.
start shitting.
I do it. You don't do that.
So
Eating fire,
the-
Fuck you,
a
Ross.
big old
Well, I
torpedo
want that
tube.
image. Ross
Not
in a
only-
weekend hoodie, and he's eating, and he's just shitting into a toilet.
not only did that actually happen, but that particular turd is in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, all right.
Let's talk about this.
8 minutes. All right, here we go, Mr. Van.
Tom,
Wanna
I
bring us
got
back?
no shit. I got $200 in my wallet. You can have it if you can tell me what fossilized poop is called.
I brought
Hold
these on
on.
before. I have brought this. I put it in your
Yeah,
hand.
I think
Jimmy's told us
it is
before.
in there.
Three.
It's in there. It's,
I got nothing.
Okay. Coprolite.
No, okay, I wasn't even close.
Got it right there.
Good band name.
All right, give me the $200.
Bring us back, buddy. 8
Okay.
minutes. Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Dino Jimmy in the house.
Hello, everybody.
He's going to be here tomorrow, too, for a longer segment, but we figured we...
I'm annually horned for Dan.
My horn's all, I don't know what's happening to it.
So, Jimmy, tell us about some dinosaurs real quick.
Oh, where to begin, Tom? It's just such a wonderful time. There have been so many exciting new discoveries. We just had a big event in the UK called SVP. This is the big conference when all the paleontologists get together and they share like what they've been working on and unveil some crazy new things and new discoveries. Stuff
Hey, man, look at this bone.
You can tell from the bones.
Okay, Jimmy, in your world, who's the most famous paleontologist, like the rock star of paleontologists right
Well, I
now?
mean, Gene
Tom,
Simmons, obviously. Like,
Yeah, those kind of questions.
Dinosaurs are very big.
there's
big creature.
there's a lot of really excellent paleontologists out there, but if I choose one or two sides, I will fall out of favor with the other half. And so it's one of those things because there's
Big old science
going
war.
way back to like the early. We had the bone wars that were around here back in the 1860s, where these two guys, Marsh and Cope, were getting everything. That's where they found Triceratops and Stegosaurus and Apatosaurus for the first time, and these two guys went at it with each other so hard that like they were sabotaging each other's dig
My
sites.
bones are better than his bones, see?
100%. One
My
time,
bones are better than his bones, see?
But was it similar to like going to the moon? Like that competition accelerated
It
paleontology?
was a bone race.
it was they called it the Bone Wars.
Okay.
They were. This was very popular in the
Yeah.
social media of the day.
but
Which
except
was
for
just
flying
like,
to space, they were digging.
and so like every generation kind of has their own Cope and Marsh. Like you go back into like the 80s and the 90s, you got like Jack Horner and Robert Bacher, and then today you've
All
got
the popular paleontology names you know.
yeah.
Little Jack Horner?
So
Sat in his corner?
No, he's the guy who figured out that dinosaurs cared for their young for the first time in exploring Egg Mountain, and discovered these dinosaur eggs. Lucky that it was named that, and he just wanted to just pull it up on Waze. And so they found the eggs and they found the babies inside, and then found that there were adults nearby. So, oh yeah, this dinosaur not only cares for its kids, but we've never found this particular dinosaur before. So I'm going to call it the good mother dinosaur. And so that's why we have Maiasaura, which means good mommy.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow, man.
So let's talk about because we were talking, and tomorrow we'll talk about how dinosaurs mate and
Yeah.
some things like that we didn't think of. But
This is just a warm-up to
This
that.
is the way you make a good mommy dinosaur.
so I would imagine that for the most part, if we think about how dinosaurs took care of their eggs, we would probably think, okay, probably similar to alligators or crocodiles, where they lay their eggs, they hatch. There's like a small period of 2 weeks or whatever, how many long.
Why'd you go specific? You could have just said there's a small period of time and then on
Well,
to the next
they
thing.
hang around. The mom kind of protects them,
Yeah.
and then they just scatter and they fend for themselves. And then it's like turtles will lay their eggs, then take off, and
Yeah.
then the turtle will just walk into the sea.
That's what
and-
I want to do with my life. I just want to walk into the sea.
And they literally are by themselves
Yeah.
from birth. And then
kinda sad.
So I would imagine that maybe some are like a turtle, some are like an alligator, but maybe most are like alligators, where there's a small amount of time where the mom takes care of them.
How
and then
wrong
they're
are we?
You guys ready to clip this? Tom, you're exactly right.
Take that, Ross.
Oh my God. What is the show become?
We do have a combination of all of it. We've got some dinosaurs, like the big apatosaurs, like the big long-necked dinosaurs, were so massive that they would lay their eggs in these nest piles and like the soft mud, and usually volcanic mud, where it's warm to help incubate the eggs.
Yeah, I love warm mud.
And then once they've laid the eggs, they would just dip because they didn't want to stomp around and crush the other eggs. They were so massive, and it gave them the ability to, like, okay, you guys be all right. We'll be around. And then they would just disappear, and they would leave, and then the babies would grow. But what's wild is, kind of like salmon return to the place where they're spawned every year, when we find some of these egg nests, if we keep digging, there are other egg nests, like generations of dinosaurs returning to the same spot to lay new clutches of eggs every year. And so
And
it's
we're
really
sure
wild.
that 100% sure that just wasn't an ancient Waffle House.
Is that usually fish
Yes, because it was
behavior?
closed at the time.
Like, is that usually only fish behavior? And for the most part, like, I don't know of any other animals that return to one particular area.
Birds will come back to the same
It's a
nest.
bird, yeah,
every
Yeah,
year.
migrating
it's
birds do
butterfly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of animals migrate.
You
back
go to
and
St.
forth places they
Augustine
can
all
know.
the time. You say you hate it, but you go there every. You took your family there.
It's for the lights.
Right, we were just talking about that.
Turn on the lights.
Goddamn idiot! You say how much you hate it, but you've done it 75 times.
My dad always loved taking me up to St. Augustine for like the.
How boring was it to you?
It turned him into a
You know what's more interesting?
I
than St.
returned to the
Augustine?
ocean.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
But they always had the thing where they would have the guys dressed like the redcoats, and they would go arrest the governor with muskets.
Yes.
In that the changing of the lights. around that
We're
time.
arresting you for this boring light ceremony.
They were Spanish conquistadors, Jimmy. They were redcoats, right? They're British.
No, but I think
Oh,
there
yeah,
were
maybe
like
they
something
were.
like
there
they
was
dress up.
something. Yeah,
Oh.
there's some red coats there.
Oh,
yeah.
were
There's a combination of pomp and or circumstance that
twice.
goes into it. It's been a while. You can tell I was paying attention.
Well, that time you were wrong. Take that, Tom.
No idea. Anyway,
Oh no, no, Jimmy, there weren't no damn red coats.
so were there
Now, did the conquistador, when they laid their
were there any dinosaurs that took care of their young for a long time, like a kangaroo or something? Like, would actually
maybe they're bringing them egg sandwiches in bed or something?
Yeah, you mean the ones that live with them forever? Is that what you're talking about?
stereotypically that's like a mammal's behavior, right? Where the mammal will take care of its young for a long period of time, but we don't think of a dinosaurs doing it.
No, so there are cases of dinosaurs actually not only taking care of their own young.
They live in their mom's, spare bedroom, and they're like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna be a DJ. You'll see."
But the dad dinosaur definitely yells at him, "That's mammal behavior."
Coming in at all hours, playing your goddamn electric music.
Don't you bring a mammal into this house? You see my hat?
I tried to.
Dino hat.
Make Pangea great again. Oh my God.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm trying to track down this specific thing, but so there's a dinosaur called Psittacosaurus. It's a small one. I've actually brought the full skeleton in here once before,
Yeah.
it's like
All right.
a feather thing. We've actually found cases where there was a juvenile that was surrounded
Watch
by
yourself.
the skeletons of infants. So here's what I was talking about before with the the big sauropod dinosaur,
Whoa.
the long-necked dinosaurs, that they would lay their eggs and then walk away because they didn't want to crush anything. But Psittacosaurus lived in little herds and had strength in numbers, so we've actually found skeletons of them where it's a subadult, not even a fully grown one, like a teenage babysitter they hired to watch these 36 little kids, and then some kind of cataclysm happened because now we have a fossil of it. But no, dinosaurs had all different kinds of
Certain of them
family
were
groups.
herds, right? So they would live
Yeah.
from baby until their whole lives,
Oh, yeah.
surrounded by other of the same dinosaurs.
Just like other herd animals that would just be they grow up in the herd and probably get picked off just like other babies do in herds,
Slowly,
like by
right.
predators and
Sure.
stuff. And
You know what ruined babysitters for me? The movie Poison Ivy.
So, Jimmy, I think the problem is that when we think of dinosaurs, we only visualize like a couple dozen dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And there's
Sometimes
thousands.
they're not even dinosaurs,
Thousands
too.
and thousands.
Yeah, thousands and thousands. And so when the scope of it, I think confuses at least me, where I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, there's thousands and thousands that lived hundreds of millions of years.
Yeah.
So there's just the, I guess, encyclopedia of this species is so vast that we're only getting a tiny snippet of it in movies like Jurassic Park and other things, and like
Yeah.
we don't realize like, oh, there are thousands of different dinosaurs that behaved in thousands of different ways.
You
that-
can realize that about dinosaurs, but you still think the entire world should be exactly like your Miami friends. It's so weird.
That's what makes it so
Well,
weird.
I'm just saying, I'm flawed like every other human. And everybody thinks like me, Ross.
Smartest dinosaur.
Smartest dinosaur. made a big comeback this year, probably the Troodon, which
Troodon.
is kind of like if you picture what you see a velociraptor looking like in media.
Yeah.
Just one of those covered in feathers, tall, gangly guy, but it's got a pointed nose, got some sharp teeth, and it's got a big brain inside of that head.
And big eyes.
I saw some
Interesting.
some
The bird-looking ones are terrifying.
Yeah.
have you ever heard of the world's smartest parrot? That it died, and apparently there's I read this.
Spoiler alert.
I saw this.
Have you guys heard of the world's smartest parrot? Well, it died.
It either died or escaped captivity. We're not sure.
That's
so
what
smart.
it wants you to think.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this parrot, and apparently, like it was known, and it was a legend for being like the smartest parrot on record.
I'm the
where,
smartest.
Where it knew a bunch of words and stuff, and then it would like have conversations with its owner and like whatever, and then it like before the end of it, like its life, it started saying like
Release the files.
it started asking like what happens after I die. It was like it started.
Oh, wait a minute. AI. This is an AI story. This is what AI was doing.
Was it AI?
Well,
I think this is AI.
It was this AI story. I saw it on TikTok.
the parrot got into mushrooms a little bit too.
So wait a minute.
Wait, have you heard about this,
so
Jimmy?
the world's smartest parrot
It
was
started
talking to its
asking-
owner and was like,
So, what happens after my eyes? After I close my eyes, where does my soul go?
It
sir?
wasn't exactly like that, but it claimed it had some sort of like.
Polly want to heaven.
So it
Please
started-
tell me there's an afterlife,
He
Daddy.
started questioning, like it was like aware of his own existence, and that was the first time like anybody's seen a mammal or like a mammal,
Another kind of animal.
and another type
Yeah.
of animal like have some sort of question,
Philosophical, metaphysical thoughts.
Yeah. Have you heard of that?
No.
God damn it! I tricked me again.
I'm just on the idea
no,
of
it's real.
the-
It's real. I looked it up for you. I looked it up for you. How many times do I have to save this guy's bacon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like I gotta run it. On the Reddit, they give me so much crap. They're like, why don't you call him on his BS instead of just yes and? I'm yes and Dan. That's what they call me now.
I just picture you say the world's smartest parrot died, and then I see a private jet on its way to Cozumel, and there's a tiny little trench coat pulled up. I'm going to say, the Dom Perignon, Jessica. That'll be all. Thank you.
His name was Alex.
Okay.
He belonged to animal psychologist Dr. Irene Pepperberg. He learned over 100 words, recognizing 50 different objects, shapes, colors, materials, and he could count. He understood concepts like bigger, smaller, same, different, none, and even zero-like thinking. He wasn't just mimicking. He answered questions with intention, mixed concepts creatively, and corrected researchers if they were wrong. He said, like, he asked, what color am I when looking into a mirror? He was trying to understand what the word color meant. Like, what is color even? What does color mean to a animal? And he was trying to do that. If bored or annoyed, he would say things like, I'm leaving now. I'm stopping the session. His final words to Dr. Pepperberg before he died were, you be good. I love you. See you tomorrow. This is
Yeah, but
terrifyingly
wasn't there
sad,
something like what is life or something? Was that like there was
no,
some
what color
philosophical-
am I is the closest he
okay.
got to that.
Bird was sitting there on its perch going,
Yeah, like he
I don't know your one-handed clap joke. I really laughed. Jimmy. I don't know why I said that.
I've got my truth pants on today. Oh, damn it. I think I've ruined our relationship.
I was like, oh wait, what was that one-handed clap joke? Is that some sort of whacking it thing? Anyway, sorry.
All right.
All right, Jimmy. Let's plug your event, December 3rd.
yeah, absolutely. So The Secret Lives of Dinosaurs, it's going to be a fantastic live show at the Sharon Performing Arts Center up in the Villages. It's going to be myself, my friend Elaine Howard, and paleontologist Dr. Dean Lomax on his only trip to Florida this year, showcasing some wonderful stories from the field and amazing discoveries that we made, and we want to share it with you. So by all means, come see it. And I'm going to have the full Dinosaurs Will Always Be Awesome museum out on display.
Nice.
So one ticket is going to give you 4 incredible experiences, and it's a one-night only thing. So please come
The
and join
world's
us.
smartest cockatiel is going to be there. That's easy
Oh,
because
you're
they're
gonna
all
be there with
equally
me?
smart.
All right.